Hello, Cinnamon Rage here, and this is really a wee race review of my first season, first race in my first season even in AOR since moving from F1 XL. My league, as you can guess, is in the lowest league and I was one of the slowest drivers as well, but I'm really just switching to no traction control, so honestly, not really surprising. I'd already, here you can see my qualifying, but I'd actually done one run already but validated it kind of maybe just after sector 2. So on this run I was a wee bit too cautious in places, but at the same time I really wouldn't have been able to gain too much more than the guys that were in this league anyway. Find a wee bit oversteer in the previous corner there, not my favourite set of corners, but yeah, it's kind of just getting used to the Williams car just now, which previously I had the Toro Rosso in my only other online racing league, and I quite like the Toro Rosso, but this feels a bit more understeery, but that could just be a wee difference in it. It might just be a lack of skill on my part, and also the switch to no traction control. This was the corner I had invalidated in the previous lap, and actually looking back on this one it wasn't too bad, but yeah, it was an okay lap, but it wasn't the best. I was a wee bit slow on throttle, just as I say, I'd lost the previous lap and this was really my only chance to get another one in. So yeah, I think I end up qualifying at this point 8th or 9th, but by the end of it, as you'll see in a wee moment, yep, 6th. But yeah, that wasn't till last. I ended up qualifying 9th in this, but again, first race. I'm not going to complain, just really getting used to it, and yeah, quite exciting. One of the differences I've noticed between AOR and F1 XL is everyone in F1 XL actually joins the same party. What that means is when you go to set your strategy at the start of the race, no one's allowed to press A to start the timer until everyone's ready, but it turns out that's not the way it works in AOR, so I didn't actually get a chance to set my strategy. So you'll see in the bottom corner, I'll occasionally say my next strategy is super soft, but the goal was to move on to soft for the race. I actually got an okay start, again not something I'm usually great at, and especially harder with no traction control. First corner was a bit of a mess. I got a warning, but the person in front just braked so early. I didn't do anything to actually damage his race. I did more damage to myself. And then Krish came barreling in the Ferrari, so yeah, it was just a wee bit hectic. Now got a bit of wing damage though, and you'll see in the next few laps, and on so many corners I just seem to drift out a bit too wide on it. I did increase the fuel load, but to be honest, barely, because I thought the last part of the race would be wet, and possibly the last third, so when that's the case, I tend not to need as much fuel. But yeah, and apologies for the purple splashing on the screen. It just seems to be something with my game and my Xbox. I'm not entirely sure why it happens. You can see here though, just kind of wash out so much. Admittedly the line into the corner wasn't great, but yeah, a wee bit of damage. I thought I'd try pushing it, because I just thought I'd try and push to maybe about lap 5 before I actually had to make a decision on whether or not to change my wing and to pit for another set of tyres. But yeah, at the moment it's going okay. I'm in 9th, which is my qualifying position, so I've gained nothing, lost nothing, but yeah, it just, once I get back into these sectors, it just felt uncomfortable driving with a wee bit of damage. As I say, it wasn't huge, but it did just seem to make the whole driving experience quite uncomfortable. Taking a bit of a wide line there, just to try and protect myself from someone diving down the inside. Looks like there was another accident behind, though nothing to do with me, and again just running wide, so the next lap or so was just uncomfortable, so I end up coming in on lap 3. I lose a position to GRT Atomic, but I'll skip ahead anyway to the point where I actually pit in. So here we are pitting at the end of lap 3. Again, one of the differences between F1 XL is I used to use pit assist, so yeah, it's kind of taking me a bit of getting used to get my speed down on time without kind of going too slow too quickly and annoying people behind me, and additionally just biting points and getting it right for leaving the pit. This is a long pit, so it was quite easy to get my timing right on it. So yeah, I've gone, and we'll see in a wee moment. I'm pretty much last, so not unexpected, but just a bit of a bummer really. So here you can actually see me now beginning to chase down Acid Raptor, and yeah, I've practiced quite a bit this week, so my pace has actually been okay. Obviously not a wee bit of an exceeding the track limits there, and I got past Germo who dipped into the gravel trap. And yeah, my pace, I'd practiced quite a bit this week, just getting used to change some of my pedal settings and that to try a wee bit prone to locking up, so just trying to minimise that, which you can see there I did, and also set up with a wee bit less, a wee bit more sort of front brake bias as well, move back, so yeah, just really pushing, and was crushing the pits. He must have did some damage as well at only lap 5. So yeah, just gonna keep pushing and chasing down Acid Raptor. So jumping ahead a wee bit, you can actually see I've closed him in quite quickly now, and him running off into the grass a wee bit there is not going to help him, but yeah, it's quite happy to actually start catching somebody. As I say, I was one of the slower people, in fact second slowest in the league, so yeah, the fact I'm catching people has been pretty cool, and actually Acid Raptor just let me pass, so that was pretty good. Didn't have to fight, didn't have to take any chances, so yeah, that allowed me to get one of my overtakes this race. So at this point I have edited Fawn behind me, who I've been practicing with during the week, so I know he's faster than me and he's an ultra soft, so didn't really feel like it was a position that I was going to be able to hold on to for much longer, but at the same time I'm just going to keep pushing until it kind of gets really close. You can actually see I go past GRT Atomic, but he didn't seem to slow down for the corner and just went straight inside, even though I'd moved done, had to even catch a wee bit. And what I actually noticed when I looked back, and I've zoomed in and slow motioned it here, but it seems like he must have lost the back end and swerved into edited Fawn. And although you don't fully see it here, because it was only looking back for a fraction of a second, edited Fawn goes on a wall. That's why the warning flags come up, and that was his race over, sadly, which is a real shame. So after the excitement of the last incident, really not a lot actually happens for the next at least 2 laps anyway. Just the GRT Atomic is still all over the back of my car, generally catching up. His tyres are obviously a few laps fresher, even though they're the same compound. But coming into this second last corner, he does seem to try a lunge up, and I tried to give him room, but he still kind of hit me and sort of rammed me off a wee bit. Didn't get the space back or anything, but that was him. He was off and away at this point. I do kind of try an attempt to get the space back here, but I didn't have the proper line, so I just backed out of it. Yeah, and that was him pretty much away. So actually, despite him getting away after that, I actually managed to keep hold of him and was closing in on him, but then, in something I've never done before, I clipped that corner and just wrecked my car, just damaged my front wing. Honestly, I just crazy delighted not to actually have lost a wheel and was still in the race, but that was me just sort of coming up to sector 1, and I've now got to go all the way back to the pits. It's messed up my strategy. I really hoped to push these tyres for another 10 laps, but nope, I just wrecked it, just struggling to keep control of the car now, just limping it back to the pits. So super disappointed. It's a mistake I've never made in all my practices. I mean, I have spun obviously quite a bit, getting used to no traction control, but not there. Not on a kind of high speed full out corner. I obviously just ran a fraction too wide and got both tyres off, one onto the grass and one onto the rumble strip, and yeah, game over. Yeah, just struggling. My teammate, I think it is, that comes up here, so I just kind of tuck in, keep out of the way. I am passed, so yeah, he was having a better day than me. But yep, into the pits I go. You can actually also see here that I'd put on super softs, because I was like, well, super softs, 10 laps, get me till the rainy period. But as you'll see, again, only just managing to keep on the speed limit there. It says super softs, come into the pits, and that is exactly not what the team give me. They take off my softs, put on a set of ultras. That pretty much ensures at lap 15 that I'm going to have to do another pit stop. Yeah, just the game has done this to me in my previous league, but just so frustrating. It just doesn't feel like something that should really be happening. Luckily didn't really have to worry here. I did do my best to actually just stay out of the way of these guys, so yeah, that's how you're meant to keep out of the way of somebody coming out of the pit lane. So these guys are probably going to disappear off for a wee while as I get my tyres up to temperature. Actually quite good because those two were fighting, and obviously I was on a faster tyre at this point and got a wee bit more settled in. I ended up actually catching up with them, and I'd like to think putting an extra wee bit of pressure on them, although the exit there wasn't much better than mine. And yeah, I think it's Acid Raptor again and Divine One, but is it this corner? No, yep. I don't know what happened, but Acid Raptor just caught the curb and just seemed to spin right into the gravel. So that was me for the first time in what feels like a very long time that I wasn't actually the last car on track, because I'd been 15 out of 15. The only ones that were behind me were those that hit a wall, so yeah, too many trips into the pit lane and too much time spent with a broken nose early in the race. Closed down Divine One by now and got some DRS. Don't try anything in this corner, just try and go for a better run into the next DRS zone, and I do get a good one. Leave it in rich and get alongside right quite late. I do try and leave room. I even hug the left there just in case Divine One's taking line, but he left the room for me, so that allowed me to get through. Which was quite good, just simply because I wasn't the faster tyre at this point, and it's a lot of time to be making up from my earlier incidents. So yeah, actually got a good overtake in AOR, so yeah, pretty chuffed with that, to be honest.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one?
So So at this point, Jeff actually offers a strategy change, and yeah, this is where you begin to realise. I've been on these tyres since lap 15. Also, I keep pressing the change view button rather than X. I don't know why I do it. It's not actually the first time that I've done it. But yeah, apparently the strategy change was, I was meant to put on lap 22 on these ultras. I'd been on them since lap 15, but they were recommending I go on lap 21. I just actually accepted just to get it to go away so that I can go into rich mix. Because I couldn't do that while that screen was on. But yeah, I had no intention, to be honest, of actually doing it. I was sort of convinced that the rain was going to come down around the lap 25 mark. So my tyres seem not too bad. I use RS Dash on my phone just for my gears, but it also tells me the gap to the car in front, and it also shows tyre wear. So you can see I don't actually look at tyre wear on the screen that often because I can do it on my phone. But it was telling me my tyre wear didn't seem that bad. I think it was kicking around about 20% at this point. So I was happy to push it for a bit longer. The car didn't feel so bad, and yeah, I didn't want to have to do a pit to pit for inters like 3-4 laps later. That would have just been so annoying. I am actually about to overtake the car in front, but the car in front was driverless, so there's really not a lot to be seen here. Won't ever go down as one of my greatest overtakes. At the same time, however, I'm not going to sniff at actually getting an extra place, although I do think he disconnected from the race, so it's a bit of a shame for him. Good for me. I don't know if you can see by now, I'm not quite sure what the quality of this video is going to be, but it's raining. It's just spitting a wee bit, and my tyres, I've now been on them since lap 15. Oh, I just went past Claire and Christoph, so that was me up another space. Wasn't planned there, but I'll take it. But at this point I was having to brake earlier. It was just, it wasn't bad, but it was just beginning to feel, you could begin to feel it at this point. So it was braking a wee bit earlier, a bit slower to go onto the throttle shortly. Not 100% sure when I do it, but also just lower my differential. You can see the blue lines guiding me to the pit lane, as they have been doing since lap 21. But I have absolutely resolutely ignored them because I know better than Jeff, because Jeff ain't the smartest sometimes. So yeah, it's the tyres. I think, again, getting this information from RS Dash because you don't see it here, my tyres were about 60%, which really is not too bad for a set of tyres that I've been on since lap 15. Ultras with a fair bit of rich mix as well. You can also see actually just from my steering that I was just beginning to lose it a wee bit. It was not going well. I was 10th out of 14 now, so that's really not too bad. I'm guessing other people had incidents. I had cut out a lot of it just because from my point of view it just wasn't actually very interesting to watch. It was just me doing laps of my own. But now I'm basically constantly fighting the car. It's trying to upshift as quickly as possible to make it stable. I've dropped it to lean mix as well, just to try and, again, just to stop it being so jittery. And actually I thought I'd switch down to, oh, there we go. That's me kind of moving down on the right hand side there to try and actually go down into sort of lower differential. just to try and put a wee bit less power through the back wheels as quickly, because you just have to constantly fight it. Now, as bad as that lap was, this last lap was like driving on ice. It was fairly horrific. And one of the things that I once read was that you should always turn your force feedback up as high as you possibly can for the right conditions. Obviously I hadn't done this because it was going to be a dry race, but I kind of wish I had. It was in a permanent fight with it. The person behind was catching up, but equally I was catching up with the person in front as well, because everyone was struggling. Oh, that's the person behind gone, and the person in front as well gone, and then just because misery loves company, I decided to spin it as well, and I guess it cost me a space that I could have had. Although against my teammates, I've got absolutely Joski's been my teammate even in F1 XL, and been a great teammate, so I don't resent of not losing a space to him. I'm in P10 actually, I hadn't even noticed at this point, so I thought there was another car that spun out later on. So yeah, I was on for a point here. I just had to keep it tidy, just don't lock up, and just skate my way home on 60% worn tyres that I've been on now since, yep, it's 14 laps on these tyres. But yeah, my teammate Joski actually, he's having just as much trouble as I am. I think he said actually he might have had a bit of wing damage. He also had 6 seconds worth of penalties, whereas I'm on 3 seconds at this point. So he told me just to go past, he would leave me the room, but yeah, just yeah, I can't control his car. So yep, he was very kindly letting me past, but then I basically lost the chance. So had it been somebody else, I'd have been annoyed by it, but since it was my teammate that was the one involved here, I didn't mind. Don't understand why Divine, when he went past, is actually P12. I don't ever remember lapping him, so really don't know how that happened. I guess I must have, maybe he was in the pits or something, but yeah, I'm not going to complain. It was P10, and 1 point in my first AOR race. I'm never going to complain about. I'm just so happy. I did spin, and that was going to be my big goal, was not spin, but yeah, regardless. Oh, yeah, Bayfield just smacking his car up a wee bit there on the way off the line. But yeah, a point in my first race in AOR when I was the second slowest driver is pretty cool. So yeah, it gives me a bit of confidence going forward. Without that spin, you never know. Might have had a few more points. So yeah, pretty happy overall. So thanks for tuning in, and check out apexonlineracing.com. Thanks.